On a dark night while driving on a deserted road, a man named Derek, returning home after a party, spotted a bright light in the sky that caught his attention. It resembled the light from a car's headlight, but much stronger and stranger. From that moment on, he only remembered waking up in an unknown place, imprisoned in a cold, metallic room with shining walls and flashing lights, unable to move. Anxiety overwhelmed him, feeling overwhelming fear. Soon, strange beings approached. They were tall, thin, and had enormous eyes, utterly terrifying. Their hands resembled thin, sharp claws, moving with supernatural agility as if floating in the air. His heart raced. The aliens examined him, touching his body with icy hands, causing him excruciating pain that seemed to penetrate every cell of his being. Although they did not speak, the man could sense the malevolence in their gazes. A feeling that his soul was being sucked away by those accursed creatures consumed him. After the sinister examination, he was taken to a dark room. He felt as if he were losing control of his own body, as if they were tampering with his insides. Confused and unintelligible thoughts were inserted into his mind, torturing him psychologically. It was as if he were trapped in a horror movie. Immersed in the darkness of the room, he found himself completely at the mercy of his alien captors. Gradually, a sense of panic invaded him, leaving him on the brink of insanity. The voice of reason faded away, replaced by unintelligible murmurs and whispers that seemed to emerge from within his own mind. Gradually, distorted and horrifying images flooded his thoughts. He witnessed visions of apocalyptic futures, desolate scenarios in a world dominated by chaos. They were vivid nightmares projected into his mind, feeding him visions of death and destruction. He felt powerless against this torment. The alien seemed to extract his deepest fears, feeding on the terror emanating from him. His mind became a prison, confined in a sinister labyrinth of nightmares and illusions. Every moment spent in that dark room was torture, a battle between his sanity and the macabre influence of those creatures. As he fought in this psychological battle, a bright light invaded the room. A deafening buzz filled the air, and he felt himself being pulled upward. Gravity seemed to cease to exist as he floated enveloped in an unknown energy. His body was transported to a spaceship, where everything was strange and alien. The walls seemed alive, pulsating and transforming into unimaginable forms. He floated in the air, unable to control his own fate. As he was guided through the spaceship's bright corridor, he caught glimpses of other human victims in similar chambers to his own. Their faces displayed expressions of despair and terror, their vacant eyes reflecting the anguish of being trapped in that terrible experience. He was led to an observation room, where gigantic windows revealed the vast cosmos outside. As he contemplated the distant stars, he realized they were not alone in that dark universe. Countless alien ships glided silently through space, a terrifying presence that invaded his core. Suddenly, an even more sinister entity approached. It was a humanoid-looking being, but its eyes shone with infernal intensity. Its skin had a pale and translucent tone, and its mouth curved into a malicious smile. Without uttering a word, the creature touched his forehead, and instantly, horrible visions invaded his mind. He saw the destruction of worlds, the annihilation of entire civilizations. He realized that these abductions were not mere experiments but part of a larger plan, aimed at dominating and subjugating humanity. Terror consumed him entirely, and his soul screamed in agony. He longed to escape, to return to the safety of his world, but he found himself trapped in that alien ship, condemned to witness the horrors that were to come. He didn't know how long he spent on the ship, lost between reality and insanity. Until, in an instant, he woke up in his room, covered in sweat and panting. The abduction had been a terrible nightmare, but the feeling of fear and depression persisted, as if the line between dream and reality had become permanently blurred. Since that night, he has lived with constant fear of being abducted again, dragged into the unknown and facing the perversity of these alien entities. The world has never been the same for him. Now, he looks at the night sky with a mixture of fascination and dread, knowing that somewhere out there, hungry eyes are watching him, waiting to launch their next attack. May everyone be alert, aware that they are not alone in this vast universe. Alien abduction is terrifying reality, and we should never underestimate the danger it represents. Stay vigilant and protect yourselves, for the unknown is out there, lurking in the shadows of the night.